I finally got lighting. A lot of you guys were saying my lighting was awful, and I totally agree with you. So I got some lighting, so hopefully this is a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think, and if you want to learn how to make the Monsters University cupcakes, then just keep watching. So to make Mike, we are going to need green fondant, a darker green, 2 whites, red, gray, and brown. So we're just going to take the green, the gray, the red, and the white and make some books. So if you have your cupcake, just to kind of see how big all the books need to be. So the first I'm just going to make kind of tiny, then we're going to make them bigger as they go. Now I'm just going to cut it so it has like straight edges. So there is the first one. Okay, so once we have all of our little books, you can just kind of arrange them of how you want them to be stacked on top of each other. So just kind of play around with it and see what really works best. Take some water and a paintbrush and just put some water on to the books so that they can stick together. So once your books are stacked, we can take some of these edible markers and you can kind of just decorate the outsides of the book so that it looks like maybe there's like writing on it or you know, stuff like that. Okay, so this is what it will look like. And it will dry, it's not gonna look wet like that the whole time. Okay, so now to make Mike. I just made this green fondant and I actually took yellow fondant and put some green coloring into it just so that it gave us this like vibrant-y, but not like extremely vibrant color that he is. So I'm just going to take a piece off to use for his body. And once again, you're going to want to kind of compare it to the size of the books. So I think that is a pretty good size for him. And kind of start to form his shape. And he's not perfectly round, he has like kind of, not like a cone head, but he kind of has like a little like ovalish part of his head. So I'm just going to, and you're also going to want to make sure that you make the bottom part of his body flat so that it can kind of stand up. So we just start to form him. And now we are going to make his arm. So once again, just take the same color fondant and we're going to make little kind of snakes for his arms. And he has very like long, lanky arms and very slim. So you're just going to want to make sure that they are very slim. It definitely helps when you have him on here so you can kind of see how everything is going to fall. So let's see. So once you find the length that you want it to be, you can just cut it off. And then for his hands at the bottom, you can kind of just take a little ball of fondant and put it at the end. I'm going to take a little bit more. Kind of just attach it to the end so that we can make his little fingers. This is a number 7 tool from the Wilton tool set, and kind of just push in so that you can tell it kind of looks like a little claw almost, and just keep doing that until you have the number of fingers that he has, which he has 4. And now I'm just going to take this little ball tool and kind of just flatten it out and make sure everything kind of blends in well together and there's no like harsh little marks. So that is what his little hand will look like. And on his hand he does have nails, which are kind of a brownish color. So we can just take a little bit of this brown fondant, and I'm just going to need really, really tiny pieces since this is very small and tiny. I'm just really making sure that I warm it up because then it's a lot easier to apply when it's warm. So once again, just take some water on your paintbrush and just paint a little bit onto the edge of his fingers. And then I'm just going to take this tool to kind of help me push it down. So I'm just going to take this ball tool again and kind of just mesh everything in together. Just be very, very careful when you pick it up. So this is what his little hand will look like. So now we're just going to do the same to the next arm. Okay, so now we are going to work on his legs. So he's kind of going to be positioned where his legs are dangling off of the books. So we can just kind of do the same thing that we did to the arms and just take some fondant and roll it out. And his legs will be sitting underneath him. So you're just going to want to see how much you want them to dangle off of the edge. And then cut it. Okay. So now, once again, we're kind of going to do the same thing that we did to the hands with the feet. You're just going to take a little ball and put it at the end, and then create the little claws. However, on his feet, he doesn't have like, you won't have to make 4 little indents. He only has 3 toes, so you just have to make 3 rather than 4. So once the feet are done, we can start to kind of put his face together. So I'm just going to take some more brown fondant and make his little horns that are on the top of his head. So his horns are not perfectly straight, they have a little bit of a curve, so just make sure that you put the curve into his horn. Okay, so once you have those, we can once again take some water on a paintbrush and kind of just put it on wherever we are going to want the horns. So I'm going to put them right here. And since these are so tiny, it's really hard sometimes to kind of get them to stick and to work with you, so you just have to be really patient. Okay, so there's his little horns. For his eye, we're just going to take some white fondant and roll it out pretty thin. And I'm just going to take this oval cookie cutter. His eye isn't like a super like ovally, but we can reshape it a bit to match his actual eye shape. So his actual eye shape is a little bit more round than just like a straight oval. So I'm just going to make this a little bit more rounded. And then you can just take him and kind of place it on to see how it's going to look. So once your eye is like a good shape and size for his body, we can take a black edible marker and kind of just create a little round circle in the center. So it's just like that little dot. And he does have blue eyes. So now we can take a blue one and just go around the black. So now this is what the blue will look like around the black. Now we're gonna just put this on him. So some water on a paintbrush and just put it wherever you want the eye to be. So there is his eye, and then I'm just going to take this little ball and kind of just push it so that it mends the two fondants together. Next, around his eye, he kind of has not like a wrinkle, but kind of just like a expression mark. So I'm just gonna make these marks kind of around his eye at the top. Now for his mouth, I'm just going to take this little tool and kind of just like make a little grin on him. Okay, so here's his little grin, and now we can start to assemble him on the books. So you don't have to put a toothpick through him, but I'm going to just to make sure that he's extra secure on here. So, and then just use a paintbrush again and some water and just paint the arms on, or glue them on rather. So we can just place his feet right underneath him. So I hope you guys enjoyed these cupcakes. Let me know if you try them out. And if you do make them, make sure to send them to my Twitter or to my Instagram. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!